Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. Look at my hair. It's like stuck on my earring right here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I just got home. Excuse me. I just got home from work. I've been at work all day. It's like 10 o'clock at night. And oh shit. Damn. I know that shit's gonna stink. And my dogs be just looking at me like, bitch, you stink. Ugh. I have like a major headache, and I know why. TMI. I started my period last night, and I didn't even get no warning at all. Like I didn't even get cramp or nothing. I felt a little emotional like a week before, and I was like hella emotional like a week before. Like I was like crying and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's more of like I feel emotional because I'm very passionate about when I speak about something, depending on whatever the topic is. Like I'm very like passionate about certain things in life, and if I feel like somebody's not taking me serious, or they're laughing at me, or if I feel like they think everything's a joke, I get upset and I cry sometimes. Not that I'm a big baby or anything, but it's just, why are you laughing at me? Like, why are you not taking me serious? Why are you not communicating with me about a situation? And it could just go for anybody. It could be my friends, my family, whoever. You know what I mean? And I don't talk to a whole lot of people, but I was just kind of upset. And then my titties were hurting. I was like super bloated. But I'm like, damn, I need to work out. I haven't worked out in like, a couple weeks or so. And I know I have to value that. I have to make that part of my everyday routine, or at least 3 times a week, because it's hard. Life is so hard when you're so busy and you're so stressed a lot of times. But when you start making changes, like, well, it could be small changes, and eventually you'll get to the point to where you want to be like, okay, I feel healthy. Oh gosh, I'm working out. I'm sleeping enough, keeping up with your doctor's visits and stuff. Like, people tell me, I was just telling one of my friends, I'm like, everybody laughs at me. Everybody like makes fun of me because they're like, oh, you're always at the doctor. Oh, you're always going to the doctor. You hypochondriac, you sick. No. I go to the doctor so I can keep up with my health. Yes, of course. Because a lot of I suffer from health issues. I have to keep my thyroid checked. I do my annual, my blood work. I have to keep my cholesterol checked, under control. I'm on medications, so I definitely have to keep my blood under control, and to know what my thyroids are doing and what my blood, like how my cholesterol looks. Even though I don't really consume a lot of products. Oh my god, look at my hand. It's like bleeding from, it's chapped from like sanitizer and shit. I'm allergic to like the sanitizer. It breaks me out super bad. So, um, I try to keep up with everything. Um, my vitamin D's, my anxiety, depression, my um cholesterol, my blood pressure, all that has like, I changed my lifestyle too. Like, I was always like vegetarian, and I rarely ate meat. Now I'm like trying to slowly push meat completely out of my life. I'm trying to be like, I don't really consume dairy at all. Like, I have no problem with butter, milk. I'm not gonna lie, I do like some types of cheese, but not a lot. But I'm not big on a lot of things. Like, I hate ketchup, I hate mayonnaise. Bet you guys didn't know that, right? I don't like ketchup or mayonnaise, but I'll use it, like the veganese stuff, like a little bit. And I'm so not a texture person. Like, I don't like texture. Um, I just don't. What else? So you guys can say I hate ketchup. I don't like mayonnaise. I don't like texture. I hate peaches. Um, What else? There's other things that I don't like. I don't like sauerkraut. This is just gonna be a whole video on what I don't like. Um, shit. I don't know. But look, I drank some coconut water. This, you know what cracks me up? I drank this, or I got it yesterday, but it says right here on the label thing, it says perfect for post workouts, hangovers, fucking hangovers, afternoon boost, smoothies, and the general human tendency to get thirsty. I just, when I think of hangovers and stuff, I'm just like, I kind of feel like, I was just having this conversation with a friend of mine, and I told him, I said, hey, I was, because, you know, like, we're talking about, like, health and stuff, and I'm like, yo, like, he was talking about smoking, and I'm just like, you know, like, if a person, nothing against you, if you smoke, I understand. I used to smoke. I tried drinking, I never liked it. It's not for me. And my thing is, I realize, like, you know, like, I have to value my life. I value my health. I value that we only live one time and we only get one body, and your body is your temple. You know what I mean? Like, you have to take care of yourself in order to live longer, and you don't want your organs and stuff to like fail and shut down. Like, when I was very young, like over 10 years ago, maybe longer, I have like, when I was young, I went through things like with people that I always thought like, wow, you know. And I sat with people in like chemotherapy. I've sat with people at dialysis. I've sat with people in the emergency room for like over 6 hours, and I've seen horrible, horrible things, you guys. And um, I've watched like people die. I've watched. I mean, not that I, you know, not like, it's just like, you know, people being ill and stuff. Like, it's not anything that you want to see. Um, when I was like young, I witnessed things that I should not have witnessed, that kids should not see. Like, okay, for me, you guys might think this is odd, right, and weird. Mom, if you're watching, sorry. But this is kind of like for educational purposes. And it's not weird in my family. Well, most of the adults don't let the kids see, like, you know, deceased, um, past loved ones. But my mom, I feel, she kind of prepared me early for death. You know, death is a part of life, and we all have to. We all die. We're all gonna die one day because we all go someplace, I believe. But my mom wanted to be. Sorry, I'm TMI. I'm telling everybody. I'm sorry. My mom wanted to be a mortician at one time. Like, she wanted to like do like, you know, like the incisions and stuff, to where you, well, like more like kind of like autopsy, not autopsy, but like where you like drain people and stuff. So she actually showed me, like, and I didn't look at it like a bad thing. Like, I didn't have nightmares or anything, but like, she showed me on, I don't want to say who, but it was a past loved one, that did die of natural causes. And she showed me, you know, like, these are the incisions where they cut and stuff and this and that. And it was very educational to me to know this. And um like, I've touched dead bodies, I've seen dead bodies. And, you know, like, if you never have, they're cold, they're stiff, you know. And when I was really young, I used to see like the older people in my family, like what they would do at like funerals. And I've been to several funerals. And um I would see them kiss like their loved one, um, like one last time. So I started doing it, and it's just become a thing. Like, you know, you touch them, you kiss them. You know, it's just like, it's the physical, and it's, you know what I mean. Like, it's just crazy. how I get off on these topics like this. Like, there's a lot of things you guys don't know about me, and I'm very comfortable with a lot of things. Like I've been dealing with this for a very, very long time, and I've seen people like go through terrible, terrible illness. Uh, like it's tragedy. It's tragic how sometimes people, die tragically and whatever. People ask like, oh, do you think they know? I sometimes feel like people know, they can sense it, or they get some type of vision of death before it comes. I feel like before somebody dies, like say somebody dies in a tragic accident, right? Oh, my foot is cramping. Too much running, too cold. So people think, because like say a car gets hit by a semi head on, and boom, instantly they're gone. Sometimes they appear to be alive, but I this is my opinion, guys, don't judge me. But I honestly feel like the human body dies. Well, it can appear to be alive, but spiritually you leave your body and you go to another dimension, I want to say. Now, sorry if this is too deep for you or if it sounds crazy, but I believe like people go to another dimension. I feel like sometimes they stay here, sometimes they become confused. They don't know what to do, they don't know where to go. Sometimes I need guidance, you know what I mean? And I'm very, very, very spiritual. I have seen and heard and spoke to deceased, I want to say. And I sound crazy, but I'm not. But there's been people that would come and ask, like, I want to say more towards like dreams, because some people could have like dreams rather than talking in person or in like spiritual. I don't know. It's more like a mind thing. How do you explain that? Like, how do you say that? Um, like people would say like, "Oh, how did I die?" or "What happened?" You know what I mean? I am so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm just gassy, y'all. It's my period. It's human nature, everybody. It's human nature. So I'm gonna just tell you guys. I had a friend, right? He died, and it's very tragic to me. And I have an uncle. I have a great uncle that appeared to me in a dream, and he told me I came to take so and so away. I just wanted to let you know, because I was like far away. I was living far away from my family, and I couldn't see him. I mean, I could see him, but actually, no. I kind of could see him, but I wasn't allowed to talk to him. And you guys, when I tell you I woke up, I like woke up and I couldn't see my cousin. But my uncle left, right? And my uncle was one of the main people that I communicated with, or that would communicate with me. And I don't know why. I don't know why. Some type of connection that we have. And I was very young when he like passed, but I do remember him during like family like gatherings and stuff, and when family was together at one time. And most of my family are like deceased now, the older ones that we had. So um I get this phone call, or I get this phone call from my mom, and she's like hysterically crying, and then she tells me that my cousin passed. And I was kind of like in a shock for a moment, because I had to tell myself, like, when something like that happens, it's like I already knew, but I didn't tell her I already knew. I waited till like years later to tell her, like, that's what I had a dream about, you guys. Like, I wouldn't lie about that. Like, I can't lie about stuff like that. And it's not like I don't meditate, you know what I mean? It's just something that always happened with me. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just certain people have certain abilities to communicate or receive, you know? And a lot of things came from deceased people, and I was able to communicate with them when I opened my mind and I allowed it in. And there's been times where, okay, like I have friends that call me crazy, right? But I don't know who else to tell. Like I could tell a psychic medium, I could tell an empath or whatever, empath or a sensitive or somebody. You know what I mean? Like, why do I have dreams of deceased loved ones that come to me and communicate to me and tell me things that are going to happen before they happen, or I dream about things that happen before they happen, or like there was a situation where I dreamt about like my family. I don't want to say who, but two people, and they were crying. Well, one was crying hysterically. Her spirit was sad, and I was there and I looked at them, but it was more like we don't communicate by mouth. It's more of like a mind thing. And they look the same. It's them. I know it's them. And it's more of I could feel what they feel. You know what I mean? Um, but I was like looking at her and she was crying. She was so sad. I could feel like her spirit, like her soul was just broken and sad and something was wrong and I needed to figure out why and help her so she can continue, you know what I mean, and just be happy spiritually on the other side. So something had happened with a family member of mine that I'm very close to, and it was pretty, tragic with her. And she was hiding it, and I found out, and she told me, and I'm like, I gotta check on her. After I had that dream, I was like, I gotta check on her and find out what's wrong. And I asked her, and she came to me, and she opened up and confessed and told me. And she's like, like kind of looking at me weird. And I told her, there was this dream that I had, and I said, and it was about these people, that she knows. And then she's like, and I told her, I was like, that's how I kind of knew something was wrong, because I've had this dream, and sometimes I don't want to scare people because not everybody is open to this and not everybody can handle these type of things, and people will think you're crazy, and in reality you're not. So if you are one of those people that have that same ability and you don't want to feel crazy, you guys can always message me, message me on Instagram and Twitter, comment below, whatever, we could chat about it. I could help you with some things. So I'm able to speak. I'm able to receive some messages, but it's kind of hard sometimes because sometimes they don't come through. Sometimes they come through when I least expect it, Sometimes I don't want to hear a lot of messages that can come through because it kind of can be kind of, overwhelming at times. Makes my mind like, like I'm just like, oh, it's kind of exhausting at times. Um, Sometimes like when people are talking, I kind of know what they're doing or what they want before they say it, and I don't get scared, but I'm like, I already knew that, like I don't know, it sounds crazy, but um yeah. So I could kind of feel like a lot of things, like it's basically like somebody's vibe. I don't know how else to tell you. Like I feel them vibes and stuff, like truly feel it, and I know how to make people that are uncomfortable feel comfortable. You know what I mean? And I know how to make, people know like certain things without telling them. That way I just kind of know, I'm understanding and stuff. But um anyways, I've been like very comfortable with a lot of things. Like I said, I've been to like a lot of funerals. I've seen a lot of people. I've helped, a lot of this is normal in my community, but like we've dressed bodies, we've put makeup on them, we've done their hair, stuff like that. And um everything's just physical here in this dimension, I want to say. um yeah, so I actually have a cousin, right, that passed, and he can't. I had a dream about him, and I never told anybody. Maybe I told the people like later on, like like he came to me, and I was like, hey, like he's walking, he's coming from this door or this wall, It's kind of like a wall, I want to say. He's coming from this wall, and it's kind of bright. It's kind of orange looking, yellowish looking. It's like a bright light bulb. And I was there, and I seen him coming. He appeared in his normal self, and I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he gave me a hug. And he was in a hurry, and he couldn't stay. He had to leave, and he told me, he was trying to explain it to me, like, I came to get something, and I have to go back. And I'm like, okay. And he gave me a hug again. He left, and then somebody had passed right after. That's what he was coming to get. And there's just sometimes you got to be very thankful in life. If you love your life and you don't spend time being depressed and being sad, get help. Like, because you know life you only get once, unless you believe in reincarnation. This life that you have right now, this person that you are, what is your name? You get to be that one time and leave something behind. Don't be sad, because once your time is up, your time is up. You know what I mean? You want people to remember you for something, um or something, you know what I mean, like someone. And you don't want to, like, spend your time goes by fast. Try to make the most and best of it. Try to accomplish something, set goals every day, leave something behind so everybody could remember you. And just be happy, man, because like, sometimes spirits could sense that, like, oh, they're not happy, oh, they're not thankful for what they have. Well, maybe we should just take them. I don't know, I don't want to say it like that, but sometimes it can be that way, you guys. Like, they can sense, they know. Like, sometimes they feel like, your time is up because you can't handle it, or, your time is up because of this or that. I don't know. But I'm always like a person that has conversations, and I'm like, oh God, I talk to God when I'm in the shower and stuff. I say prayers when I'm on the toilet. I know I said, God, forgive me if I'm doing a sin for talking to you when I'm on the toilet. God don't care where you're at. You can talk to God anywhere. You could, whatever, you could talk to God. But I just basically have conversations. People probably call me crazy. This bitch is crazy. I'm not crazy, guys. I'm just very in tune with everything. And yes. So, um, I don't know. It's a gift, it's a blessing, and it's a curse at the same time, because I could tell you guys stories, right? Sometimes spirits try to help other spirits that can't cross over because they don't want to, or because they're sad, or because they're confused, or because they're waiting. There's something here that they don't want to leave behind, basically. But if I told you some of the things that I've seen and heard, I'd probably scare the crap out of you. But my mind can handle it. My mind, I'm mentally strong. I'm mentally strong. I'm still trying to. I'm still trying to, like. How do I say it? I'm still training my mind and stuff so I could be a lot more stronger, because a lot of my friends and stuff call me crazy, but, like, if I go to my mom or somebody, they don't think I'm crazy. Because it's like similarities there. Like, there's things that different family members or whoever, people, very very few people that I know see things and stuff. But I'm gonna tell you guys this: in my room, I'm in my room right now. Like, don't mind the dirty, but this door right here was open, and I was sleeping, and I usually have, like, a light or the TV on. Let me tell you guys, if you guys suffer from, like, insomnia, or if you guys, not insomnia, if you guys suffer from, like, how do I say it? Not insomnia. What the fuck am I talking about? Um, if you guys see things and you don't want to see them when you're sleeping, or, like, in the dark room, 'cause sometimes they like to appear when it's dark. You know what I mean? When it's quiet. But I prefer dark and quiet, because sometimes I'm just like, like, somebody can appear, and I'm like, what do you want? Like, that's what I say. And I tell them, like, I'll close my eyes and say, please don't appear like that to me. If you want to communicate with me, come through my dreams, go to my mind, and communicate there. please don't appear that way because I don't want to see you in that form. You know what I mean? Like it's not I'm not mentally strong enough yet to handle that. And they go away and then they come in another form. So, um like that door was open. I was sleeping. And when I wake I had my head towards the foot of the bed and I fell asleep that way. I didn't turn the TV on or anything cuz I didn't want it on. And as I open my eyes, I'm wide awake and I'm looking around. And when I look up, there is a lady standing in my doorway. And she is dead. She is dead. Um, she is not alive. She's very, very spiritually spirit in ghost form. Basically, I call it ghost because I feel like when you could see them, how they looked when they passed, like how they appeared to be when they died. That's how it was. Like I seen this person died. I don't know how. I didn't ask. Um, but she wanted me to see her. Something had happened. I'm not sure what. I don't know who she was. She never came back. She just, told her, if you want to communicate, communicate through this way. I'm available that way. Not so much this way. Um, but I seen her, and she's like had kind of long hair, she was looking like this at me. Her eyes were like wide open, and she had like hair in her face, and she was like staring at me like sideways, like that, and I'm like, like when I tell you guys, like, cause like, okay, I'm not scared, but I still can get startled because when I'm like just waking up and then like I know I'm awake and I see something that's there, like I'm awake, like sleeping, awake, right? This is there. This is there. I look away, it's still there. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not crazy. Um, but I jumped. I was like, ah! And what? I was like, don't do that. I'm like, stop. I'm like, don't do that when I'm sleeping. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that when I'm sleeping. That was uncalled for. That was unnecessary. Okay, like, yeah, shit like that, you guys. And then like, I was sleeping, and once again, got the TV on. Um, didn't have nothing, no light on or anything. They could appear when it's dark. They don't mean no harm. They don't mean harm. They could look scary because they want you to see them how they were when it happened so you can help them. So, um, I saw a very big white faced man. It was a guy, kind of a slender man. And he was in my face when I woke up, and I was like, and I'm like, what do you want? And then he just looked at me like he was so sad, you guys. Like, but I tell them, like, I explain, like, I'm like, hey, like, whoever you are, I don't know what you want. If you need help, you need to communicate in another way, another form. Don't come in that form because I mentally cannot handle it right now. I'm trying to get to that level of being strong, and I'm not. I haven't aced the test yet. So, um, some people will tell you, like, it can be scary. Um, Sometimes you just get used to it. You have to. Because it's something that's going to be an ongoing thing for the rest of your life for some reason. We don't know why. Some of us are more sensitive and in tune with spiritual beings, with the spiritual world. I don't know. It's just chosen ones. I want to say chosen ones because not everybody has that ability. You know what I mean? Not everybody has that ability. Not everybody has the ability to see objects fly across the room or see objects fly out of utensil containers because it's a deceased person trying to tell you I'm okay, or I exist still. I'm still here, and that's the only way they could tell you. And I don't mean to scare you. It's just more of this is what it is now, and I'm still here, and I just want you to know. My dog, you guys saw the video on my dog Beasley, God rest his soul. The day after, like a couple days or so after I had to let him go, I held his face, so I was the last person that he seen when he was conscious, and he was so sick. But I talked to him and I said, "Listen, baby," I said, "I am so sorry. I don't want to do this. This is going to be the hardest thing one of the hardest things I have to do." And I said, "I'm not doing it to be mean." I was like, but I was like, "I'm not going to let you suffer, and I want you to go somewhere nice. And you're going to love this new place, and go and wait for me." You know what I mean? Like, I just have to basically talk, and eventually they understand, like, people think, "Oh, it's just a stupid dog," no, it's not just a stupid dog. Like, it's a being, it's a spirit, it's a physical, it was my little being when he was here. I cared for him when he was here. I gave him the best life, and I took care of him till the end, and I was the last face that he saw. And we heard his bark. Like, he barked once he was gone. He barked. He was happy. I sound crazy saying that, but my friend goes, "Oh, it sounded like him." I'm like, "It was him. Like, it was him. Like, you heard it. It was him. Like, he's good now. He's fine now. He may be a little confused." And then I seen him. I was actually I seen him standing there looking at me. Normal, healthy, little happy man. And I'm like, it's okay to go. It's fine. You're free. A lot of times it's no longer yours in the spirit, but like in life, what is there for you to care for. And then once you're gone, that's God's. That belongs to God. This doesn't belong to us anymore. So we all go somewhere. Like, say you have a child. That's your child in life. You care for them in life. Afterwards, that's God's child. That's God. That belongs to God. It's no longer yours. Never was. It was just sent here for you to care for, to put you through the test. Whatever the test was, did you pass? Did you fail? They're not going to hold it against you. Life is life, you know what I mean? So, if you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know. Yeah, so I'm still trying to understand this part of me. Some things still confuse me. My mind is becoming stronger. I don't really meditate. I try to live as normal as I can. But sometimes, it's just something that's with me and something that I have, and yeah. Like, I know when people are closer to death, when they're ill, they could basically already know. They already know. Like, they can be so out of it, but I've had people read my mind completely. Read my mind, know what I was feeling. And I'm like, try to be there for them. You know what I mean? Like, I try to be there for them. And I cared for a lot of people when I was very young. And a lot of them are no longer here. But I know that they're happy now. And I know that they're where they need to be. So, guys, I'm going to cut it short here. Just kidding. I'm going to cut it long. So, you guys give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe. I'm trying to make it to 4,000 subscribers. Maybe more. Who knows? Customs are available. Message me on Instagram or Twitter. It's going to be in the description box below. Hit the bell for post notifications and uploads. That way you guys know what's going on with me. Okay, darling? I love you guys so much. I will see you in my next video. God bless you. Stay safe.